Jen, okay, so we got into the hotel. We got into your dance parties. We want to talk about your dating a little bit. We did hit so you were on Hinge, and that's not working out. Now, I just saw, look, girl, I'm old. I'm a lesbian. I've been with my girlfriend for 18 years this month. I believe it's about
Congrats.
18 years. No one's counting because we're too tired. But I see the commercial for you can date like FaceTiming, right? Is that
So now Rhea, actually, so I recommend people who are in the public eye, no matter how big or small you are, go on Rhea.
You got to get in.
Yeah, you got to get, I know. So I could always recommend, or people let them recommend you if you can get in.
If you're not, in the arts.
I would recommend the apps. They're good, but what the problem.
Wait a minute, girl. Stop it. Hold on. How did this lawyer get in Rhea? He's not famous.
Oh, no, he's not on Rhea. That was that guy I met on Hinge. I have not had luck on Hinge. I mean, if I tell you another story with Hinge, long story short, this guy made me pick him up from the train station. God bless him. Talks to me about his ex-girlfriend the whole night. I end up paying for the drinks, which, again, I have that man mentality sometimes. If I can afford it, it was 2 drinks. He didn't offer. I know. I'm trying to change my ways, too.
Bye, girl. Bye.
Then he tries to kiss me, and as I drop him into his parents' house, and then the next day he tells me he's depressed, and which I get it. I battle through depression and anxiety, but here's the difference. I don't take out my depression and anxiety on people. You know what I mean? I don't make it an excuse for why I hurt people or why I flake or why I had to learn and evolve. I wish that for him. But then these guys always come back and forth with me. It's like I'm like a ping pong for them. And it's not even like I'm giving them booty either. It's not like I'm the mistress who's giving them good booty and they're coming back. It's very weird. So I haven't had luck, but I'm still open for love. I'm trying to get set up by people who know me, and they're like, I have somebody good for you. I have a healer that I work with. Shout out to Dina Golan. She's been trying to set me up with people, which I take opportunities all the time. I mean, I never say no. I always say yes, because I think that's how you're going to find love. But yeah, the clock is ticking. I'm 35,
Yeah. One tip?
Yeah.
And this is from like the forever single girl that just likes to date.
Are you single? I'm shocked.
And no, I've been engaged a few times.
So then you're good. Yeah.
I've
never been engaged even.
Huh?
I've never even been engaged.
Oh, yeah, I've been engaged a few times, but I own my house. I'm a happy girl. Like, I just like it.
Jen just has hockey friends.
Yeah. So that's my tip.
So just have friends. But what should I also have a baby daddy, you think? Because I need to get pregnant.
It doesn't need to be hockey, but find a sport and find a guy who's into a sport.
Okay.
Guys love to teach you about sports.
Always, you're right. So I will dumb it down. I have to dumb it down a little, right?
Dumb it down, yeah, sure.
Why I hate
circles around any guy in my hockey knowledge. I know hockey inside out and backwards. You better believe when we're sitting on the couch. Why did the ref just pull the whistle? What just happened there?
And they fall in love, right, with you? But then how do you not get attached? How do you not get attached?
Well, sometimes you get attached, but I don't. My thing is, my life is great. I love my job. I love my friends. I love traveling. I love it all. You need to complete me, not make anything any more complicated. If a guy's going to come in and fit in well, that's great, and I'm open to that. But I don't feel that I need to have that. Like, everything in my life is good enough as it is.
Yes.
I like somebody that I can regularly hook up with. I like that comfort that we can go grab a drink, go for dinner. I don't feel that I need to live with somebody. I don't feel that I need to have children with somebody. If you're going to come in and make my life better and it works, awesome. I'm open to that. But whatever. I'm not needing a relationship just because I need a relationship.
That is, I'm so happy you beautifully said, because that's exactly how I feel. And I think people want more from me. They want more of an explanation. And I'm trying to say, no, I'm just happy with where I am. And if somebody comes in my life and helps, great. Yeah. If somebody doesn't, it's also okay. Like,
you're looking for somebody to compliment you, not completely. Complete you. You're complete the way you are. If somebody can make you better and make everything great, awesome. But you don't need somebody to fill that puzzle. That's not missing pieces.
Right. And also, I love straight men. I don't mean to be rude, but
I would hope so.
Me and straight men.
You're not going to do well if you're dating gay men.
I think I should, though. I always say maybe I should marry my gay best friend, because me and them get along great, and we can have an open relationship, and I'll use a straight man for his D, for his vitamin D. But me and straight men don't get along. We're constantly fighting. Me and straight men, I realize this, I swear to God, let me just explain this to you, and they're all going to hate me. We don't get along. We're always going to, you know why? Because I have a man mentality, and their egos get bruised, and they don't like when I'm honest. You know what I mean? They don't realize I'm just being honest for the best of them, not because I want to be mean. It's kind of like what somebody gave me, I'm giving them. But that's why I think I haven't found the one, because I haven't found someone who can like deal with me and be like, oh, I love her for that.
All right, but how attached to the dick are you? You can't switch teams, can you?
Are you trying to change her?
I mean, I should switch teams. Lesbians love me, and I love
That's
lesbians.
what I'm saying. You got that swag.
I'm doing it.
You got that swag.
Lesbians love me. Why?
Yeah.
I do have that swag?
Because I think you do. You know what? They like a strong woman who's going to tell it like it is. And
straight men don't like my swag.
You're too strong.
Is that really? But they like
because
strong.
You're dating guys who you have to pick up from their parents' house. Do you know how scary it is to date a woman that has her own place when you're going home to mommy that's making you breakfast and washing your underwear?
But how many strong, hot women have they left me or others for? That's what bothers. You know what I mean?
They'll just keep doing it until they find some other girl that's living in her parents' house.
See, and that's why I had my encounter, my best friend is a lesbian, right? So she brought me into the community, and all of them love princesses. So we went for gay pride, and let me tell you, lesbian women know how to treat women more than men, okay? If a man wants a tip, go and have a lesbian friend. Ask her how to treat a woman, because they know how to treat women better than men do. Men look like pussies compared to that. I was like, holy shit, I think I'm going for a second team.
There you go.
He's putting me against the wall. This is hot. I said, maybe I've been this my whole life. If I've been curious, I don't know. Because I had to be suppressed. Remember, maybe I am. I had to be suppressed because I grew up in a modern Orthodox community.
So, Chanel, my other question is, your parents want you to marry a Jewish man?
Yeah, wanted to ask that.
Yeah, they do. I think it's important to them because
it's very important in the Jewish community, isn't it, to stay to marry another Jewish person, right?
It is, and
your family's very Jewish.
They're they're modern Orthodox.
Yes.
And we haven't always been this way, but I understand to keep the legacy alive, because Jews, 6 million of us were killed in the Holocaust, and we're a very small community. I mean, we could have been killed off so many times. I think they want to keep it alive. But for me, I always say I've dated internationally, because I dated everyone but a Jew. The only Jewish person I dated was the guy on the show.
So how would your parents deal if you were serious about a guy that wasn't? Like, you're like, okay, Joe is Catholic, but I'm head over heels. I think this is the guy I'm going to marry. Would they be on board with that? Or they'd be like, Chanel, keep looking?
At this point, they think they want Chanel married.
Yeah, I think now they'd be like, oh, okay, you brought a guy from Pakistan, but he loves you and he's treating you well. If he's going to convert, let's just be open to that. They weren't even open to conversion. I think now they're just
you know what? She could bring home a nice lesbian Jew at this point, and they'll be like,
fine.
Love.
They'll be like, where's the man of heaven?
That's right.
Finally married. And as long as I bring babies, because women, in every community or religion, but as a Jewish community, we don't feel like we're even worth anything unless we're birthing life, and we're actually leading God's punishment from Adam and Eve days, where we need to bear. And and I'm liberal, and I'm a different mentality, and I'm open-minded, and I'm about like adopting.
I come from a very.
Does your sister have kids?
Yes, my sister.
So they're good. They got grandkids.
Yeah, and I'm an aunt, and I feel like they're a full-time job as it is. I love them, so I got my taste with kind of helping raise kids.
I have a very liberal family. Obviously, my father, was in the porn business. He had a strip club, and we're very democratic, very liberal family. But I got to say, they wanted me to marry an Italian man. Because
they did, right?
We're Italian, and it's just, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes it's just the way it is, that
Were they accepting of you when you?
Well, I did get married and I had kids, and then after I was divorced, now, they're accepting now that, I'm gay, but they also did get me marrying an Italian man straight from Sicily, you know,
Wow.
I had the two daughters with him. So I feel like they kind of got that. So whatever's, so what? You know what I mean?
That's
Now,
true.
who cares,
Like
you know?
me, they didn't get it. So I feel like it's a little bit more like they want it. But you're right. They have it with my sister. My brother, also, my younger brother is married now. He's 27 years old.
Oh,
So,
okay.
you know, and remember, I've also been through a lot in
But
life.
do you want kids?
I do.
You do.
I'm on
okay.
my own. I
You do. Okay.
But with the right person, because
Right.
I don't want to bring kids into this life
Yeah.
and screw them up. Does that make sense?
Oh,
With, like,
absolutely.
a bad situation. It's not
No,
fair to them.
absolutely. But I mean, I am, you know, you could have been like, you know what? I don't even want kids. So yeah, no.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
and hopefully I meet the right guy, but I'm in no rush. I'm like you guys. I really feel like I love myself enough to know that if the guy wants to be part of my life, he has to accept me and believe in me.
And you know
And
what? That's
well,
the first
yeah.
step. So are you in therapy?
Yes. I go
Okay,
through
because
therapy all the time.
you're very self-aware. So
Yeah.
I could tell, yeah. And you're sober?
And completely sober. Yep.
Completely sober. Did
I
you
drink,
have a
like,
problem?
socially. No,
you
never.
socially drink. Okay.
I socially drink sometimes. I'm not a big
Right.
drinker.
You're just
Alcohol,
not okay. So it's you
but
never
no
had
judgment.
an addiction problem where you're sober.
Never.
You're just because I don't drink, and it's because alcohol just never really agreed with me. I just would turn red, and
Yeah.
everybody, you know, will go out and people, you know, no, I know I don't drink, but you know, it's not. I smoke, so you know, I smoke
Yeah,
weed,
I mean,
so it's not like I'm. Sober,
I think medical marijuana is okay, definitely. Like I've
Mhm.
definitely done medical marijuana. I think that helps. Even my therapist recommended actually.
Yeah,
They recommend it not
Right.
to. They recommend that over pills. Now I'll tell you, I don't even take pills.
you don't take anything for your
Because-
depression, anxiety, nothing.
Well, depression and anxiety, I stopped. I was on and off with pills, and to be honest with you, it really decreased my personality, and it
Okay.
made me kind of like blah, and it was hard
Yeah.
to create.
yes,
so
no,
now-
I completely
yeah.
understand. Yeah.
Now they're trying this medicine that I'm starting. It's Cymbalta, which
Yes.
helps depression and anxiety, and I'm going to try it because I do
and
want
pain.
and pain because I've
Yep.
been going through a lot of physical
And that's
pain.
a lot of it, right? That's a good one to try. I currently, I've been taking Lexapro for many years, and I found that
I
that
love
works for me.
Lexapro. It
I've
does.
tried other drugs, and like you said, you know, you don't want that flat, no emotion. You know, for me, I believe I have anxiety. I know I'm anxious, and when I get anxious, I become very nasty, like
Me too.
like what do you call? Oh my God.
PMSing, yeah,
Yes.
PMSing, yeah.
But it's like that all month with me. I get very angry and short, but that's the anxiety.
Yep.
And the Lexapro has helped. I also have severe ADD and ADHD.
Me too.
But I haven't taken anything for that. I feel like I'm just going to I've been riding out with the Lexapro and it's working for me good. So the thing is, you got to just find the med that's going to work for you.
Exactly.
You know, and yeah, Cymbalta I heard is a great drug, and it, like you say, it also helps with the physical pain. So
That's why they first put me on Lexapro, which I didn't start. I should have started that because I do believe that would have been good for me.
you got to hang in there and get through like the
That's
first
what they
5,
said.
6
The
weeks.
first 5, which is tough because it's like I like things that work automatically, but things don't. And she even said Cymbalta might not work automatically. You have to try it. If it doesn't work, we'll put you on Lexapro. And I have no shame. It used to be so taboo. Like,
well, especially with our families, our old school. I'm with the old school Italian. You know what I mean? What do you mean? What's the matter with you?
With
Just
you, we
get
don't
up.
talk to therapists.
Yeah, right. You know, and right. Well, Tony Soprano changed that.
Right,
But
right.
I got some Tony Soprano jokes growing up. But yeah, anyway. But yeah.
And that's how you cope with your like everyone says, how are you so happy and coping with your mental health? How are you so self-aware? And I think the reason I'm so self-aware is being open about my depression, anxiety, being open to know it's okay, being open to know that I'm trying to find the right pill for it.
And for me, it's just years of experience, but you're very young to be very wise. When I was 35, I was not. I was a disaster at 35, girl.
Really?
I didn't have it figured out. And I think a lot of it was my anxiety, my anger issues, and I just didn't. Now, once I got into my late 40s, I think a lot of it does come with age.
I do too.
That the more experience mentally you have, the more and plus it helps that my girlfriend's a therapist.
Oh, that is
some
bingo points.
I'm not going to get to pull any shenanigans with her. So,
but I'm sure she helps you cope,
well,
right?
Or she just knows when to roll her eyes and walk away.
Yeah. But you know what's so funny? A lot of men tell me I have anger issues, and I'm like, yo, I don't have anger issues. I just keep telling you the truth and you don't want to hear it. So you tell me I'm insane or crazy.
Thank
and that
you.
triggers us.
That's a man thing, but although women do that too.